The iconic majestic pyramids of Egypt and the Great Walls of China have been standing for generations amidst natural disasters and wars. We are pretty sure if places like this ever disappear, it will leave us all in awe. But has it ever crossed your mind that a tourist attraction could disappear into thin air? Sad but true. Just like an animal that goes extinct, some of these attractions have been wiped off from the face of the earth like they never existed. We will be counting down the top 10 tourist attractions that no longer exist in today's video. Before we get into this video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to see more amazing videos. So let the countdown begin! Number 10. The Sutro Baths. Established in 1864 by Adolf Sutro, a self-made millionaire, the Sutro Baths was once known as the largest indoor swimming pool complex in San Francisco, California. It had 7 pools at varying temperatures, which were filled with seawater during high tide. It had an ocean pool aquarium, a massive public bathhouse, slides, and diving boards, all designed under an enormous glass enclosure. Its capacity could contain up to 10,000 people at a time. It also had a 2,700-seat theater and club rooms. They constructed the club rooms to enjoy other non-water-related attractions such as a natural history museum containing Egyptian mummies and a sculpture gallery with arts from China and Mexico. The Sutro Baths faced so many challenges. As a result, it was never a commercial success. The major challenge was the high operating cost. The daily cost of running the Sutro Baths led to high price tags and low turnout of customers. It was leading to shutting down in 1964. 2 years after it shut down, a fire, which was determined to be arson, destroyed the property. The ruins remain today as part of the Golden Gate National Recreation Area at the foot of the Pacific Ocean. Number 9. The Pink and White Terraces. In the 19th century, the pink and white terraces of Lake Rotomahana was a trendy tourist attraction in New Zealand. These nature-created terraces were reportedly the largest silica singer deposits on the earth, and they were classified as the 8th wonder of the world. On June 10, 1886, there was a volcanic eruption of Mount Taravera. This natural disaster buried the pink and white terraces, left several villages entombed, and killed more than 100 people. Although many researchers believe that they have found the location of the lost terraces, the truth is that has yet to be seen. The volcanic eruption of Mount Taravera also gave birth to the Faimangu Geyser, although it was short-lived as it vanished off the face of the earth due to a landslide that changed the water table in 1904. Number 8. The original Penn Station. The original Pennsylvania train station, also known as Penn Station for short, was a historical railroad station established in 1910. This station enabled direct rail access to New York City from the south for the first time, was one of the tremendous architectural works in New York. Its head house and train shed were considered the masterpiece of the Beaux Arts architectural style. Its pink granite, grand staircase, vaulted glass windows, and massive columns were an incredible sight to behold. The original Penn Station was the first station whose original building had 2 separate waiting rooms for arriving and departing guests. These rooms were among the city's largest public spaces at the time. After the Second World War, air travel and the new highway system for automobiles rapidly became mainstream. This drastically reduced train travel, which also affected its patronage. Starting from 1963, the train house above and shed were pulled down. The next few years saw the below-ground portions experiencing heavy renovations. Later, they built Madison Square Garden and Pennsylvania Plaza above it. Currently, what is left of it are underground platform tracks and some scattered artifacts above it. Number 7. The original Porcelain Tower of Nanjing. Considered one of the 7 wonders of medieval times, this was constructed in 1412 during the Ming Dynasty. The Porcelain Tower of Nanjing, China was a pagoda of immense size and historic proportions. They built the tower with white porcelain bricks to reflect the sun rays during the day and hung as many as 140 lamps from the building to illuminate the tower. Worked into the porcelain were glazes and stoneware, which created a mixture of green, yellow, brown, and white designs on the sides of the tower, including animals, flowers, and landscapes. They also used numerous Buddhist images to beautify the building. This beautiful piece of history was destroyed in the 19th century by rebels during the Taiping Rebellion. Inspired by its rich history and in a bid to preserve its cultural relevance, Wang Jianlin, a Chinese businessman, in 2010 donated $1 billion yuan, which translates to 156 million US dollars, to Nanjing for its reconstruction. This whopping sum is said to be the largest single personal donation ever made in China. The result was a modern replica and surrounding park, known as the Porcelain Tower Heritage Park, which was opened to the public in December 2015. Adorned with multiple viewing platforms and surrounded by a futuristic Buddhist-themed museum, which provides a new take on the historical site. Number 6. The Hippodrome Theater. With a capacity to house 1,000 performers and seat 5,200 guests, the Hippodrome was reportedly the largest theater in its time. They opened in 1905 in New York City. This spectacular theater was the brainchild of entrepreneurs Frederick Thompson and Elmer Scipio Dundee, who attracted new middle-class clients with lower ticket prices and made theater open for all. Again, the massive structure and its magnificent items within required high maintenance costs, which, unfortunately, the services provided at the time could not recoup. It passed through several owners in a bid to maintain its grandeur. Sadly, it finally had to shut down in August 1939 and demolished later that year. In the 1960s, a car park and an office building were constructed there. Number 5. Disney's River Country and Discovery Island. River Country is Walt Disney World's very first water park. It is now a shadow of what it used to be. The park was abandoned on Bay Lake, Florida for more than a decade. The old-fashioned swimming hole, filled with pleasure-giving swings, slides, and whitewater rafting, closed for its usual yearly maintenance in 2001. It never opened again after that time, leading customers wondering what could have led to the abandonment of their favorite water park. Park officials cited declining business after 9/11 and the success of Walt Disney World's 2 newer water parks, Typhoon Lagoon and Blizzard Beach, as reasons for their decision. Number 4. Guairá Falls. The Guairá Falls was a series of 18 enormous waterfalls that once flowed down the Parana River along the border between Paraguay and Brazil. With a drop of 375 feet, these immense falls could reportedly be heard from more than 20 miles away. As expected, tourists from around the world came to look at this gigantic-sized wonder of nature. Unfortunately, you can no longer visit the falls because of the construction of the hydroelectric Itaipu Dam, which now supplies 75% of electricity to Paraguay and 25% to Brazil. The big question is, what would you have preferred? The gigantic spectacle of nature or the artificial dam to supply electricity? Well, it doesn't even matter anymore. Number 3. Royal Opera House. The Royal Opera House, which played host to big-name local and international acts, as well as the not-so-big names of its time, was the crowning jewel of Malta's capital city for just 6 years until a fire ravaged its magnificent interior. It was designed by Edward Middleton Barry, an architect of the Royal Opera House in London's Covent Garden in the 1860s. Although the Royal Opera House was later restored and reopened, its glory was short-lived, as the Second World War bombs did not allow it to stay. It stands as an open theater, as it was repurposed and opened to public use by Italian architect Renzo Piano. Now, music lovers come to hear the sound of swing, jazz, opera, and more from within the theater's remaining columns. Better than nothing, right? Number 2. The Lovelocks Bridge. For many years, people in romantic relationships flew from all over the world to declare their deep love for one another in a love-struck atmosphere at the Lovelocks Bridge in Paris. These couples engage in the act of attaching a lock to the Pont des Arts Bridge in Paris. Some of them threw the padlock's key into the Seine River below to show the permanence of their love. Over the years, there was a drastic increase in the padlocks deposited on the bridge. So did the weight of the padlocks. At some point, the bridge contained 1 million padlocks weighing around 45 tons. A part of the bridge's fence gave away in 2014, and the city officials commenced removing padlocks and replacing the bridge's metal grills with plastic panels and eventually with glass panels. Number 1. The Chacaltaya Glacier. The Chacaltaya Glacier was the highest ski resort in its time. The ancient glacier that sits within it spanned 0.085 square miles back in 1940, has gradually decreased in size over the years due to climate change until it completely melted away in 2009. Although experts predicted it would stay until 2015, we guess nature has a mind of its own. Although it is not much of a spot for skiers, mountaineers still love to challenge themselves and hike its summit. Whatever the reasons, we live with pictures and good old-fashioned memory. At least we have videos like this to give us a glimpse of the old glory days of such tourist attractions. That's it for the top 10 tourist attractions that no longer exist. Which was your favorite? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we upload a new video. Also, remember to click on other videos that pop up on your screen at the end of this video. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one.